With Tabulate, you can create tables with 36 different formats just by using the print function. You can create two types of tables: final tables, you can print them directly or use them as they are, and intermediate tables that must go through a transformation process so that you can use them. I wanted to test all the 36 formats. For that, I first created this format dict JSON file that it contains all the 36 formats as dictionaries. In each dictionary, I have a format and another key extension that will be the extension of the file that will contain the table of that format, and type just a description of the type. I'm not going to use the type, only the FMT key and the ext for the extension key. So here I create the data that I'm going to print. It's in a JSON file called persons.json. It contains a list of dictionaries. Each dictionary has 3 keys: an ID, first name, and family name. The second file I'm using and I'm loading is the format dict.json file. It contains the 36 formats that I've talked about. So after recuperating the list of formats, I'm looping through this list. Each time I'm recuperating the format, the extension, and creating a file name with the directory tables, because I'm going to put the tables here in the folder tables, and with the extension and the word TA. The full path is here, and then I'm creating for each format the corresponding file and printing to that file just by using print and tabulate. Each time I'm specifying the format, the headers as keys. Now I'm also printing a message to the screen to specify that the file was created. For the final tables, I assigned the txt extension, or I use the txt extension. There are tables that you can directly print just using a type command. For example, if you are on Windows and using the console or the command line, for example, here I'm printing the content of a PT table or table in the format PT. You can see just by using type, I could see the exact table without any processing. But not all the final tables you can print them that way. For example, for the get table, I can't just, or the mix get table, I can't just print them using this method. For simple get, for example, I'm going to try with simple get. You can see I can't directly print on the console, but I can use the print function to print it. For example, here I'm printing my content. Here I'm going to disable the creation of the files, and I'm going to specify the type pretty or first pretty. Okay. So this is pretty table. You can see that it has the same previous results, but for the simple get table, I have to use the print function. You can see the exact format of the table printed to the console using only the print command, but I couldn't directly print it from the text file, even if on the text here you can clearly see the table formatted. So this concerns the final tables. Now the intermediate table, to see the final results, you have to process the resulting table. For example, I'm going to print let's say ASCII doctor table. So I'm going to see if I print the ASCII doctor type, so the name is ASCII doc, and print the table, you can see sort of table, but it has these formatting instructions that will be used later to create the final table. To For example, to be able to see the real table, even if you open the ASCII data file as it is, you can't see the final table. I had to install an extension, the extension ASCII Doctor, and open the command palette and then write ASCII Doctor because I've already installed the ASCII Doctor extension. Click on Open Preview and you can see the actual table. This is how the table should look like, at least according to the extension. This is not the only type of tables that you have to process. So we have here a GitHub Markdown table. So I'm going to also open preview. It will automatically open use the extension to print the table. So we have a GitHub Markdown. It's simple Markdown table used by GitHub. We have HTML table. You can add HTML and tags, for example, to have an HTML file and preview the table with another extension like live server, for example. But when I click on open with live server, so here is the table. We have no styling, so this is why we have this. And save HTML. For Jira, you are also, it's not final. I have to add this line of code saying that is a Jira code. I hope it is how we call it. Okay. Now I save my file. Here I can automatically now open the preview. It will create a preview because I've already installed the Jira extension. These are text tables, but using book types, long tables packages, and here without other supplemental package. You have to also have LaTeX installed. I use MikTeX to generate the PDF table, corresponding PDF tables. I added the document header. For example, this table is using the long table package, and you add and document. So we have this final document. I'm going to use MikTeX that I've installed again to be able to see the tables. So I'm just copying and pasting the code of the file with the document class and used packages, and then the process of transformation. So here is the table. Again, I had to go to transformation process. The textile I installed the textile extension. So you can open a preview of this type of table. So we have, or I have, an issue right now with MediaWiki tables, Moin tables. I tried to install a Python library to process the files with Python. Couldn't install the library. Same issue with MediaWiki. I wanted to install other libraries that process this type of files. Again, other issues. Again, installation issues. So I have MediaWiki. Problem with MediaWiki, Moin table, a structured table. So a structured MediaWiki, Moin and pipe. I think these are the table I'm not able yet to see. And the final one, UTrack. Also, I didn't find any extension or tool to review these tables. If you have any question, let me know in the comments below. Bye.